Thank you, members. Thank you, consultant. This is this is group 16. In group 16, in the coursework that has been given, we are 4 in number. The person that is talking is Abe Flora. The second person in the group is Oriem John Bosco, followed by Isuku Ismail, and lastly we have Anich and Evelyn. Thank you. In the group, in the coursework, we were requested to identify an organization that we are familiar with, and in that we should list the objective and goals for any department in that program. We identified activities to achieve in the above goals. We list the input and resources. Then we develop a procurement plan clearly indicating the goods, works, and services within the given budget. And as group 16, we came out with the organization as being Nebi District Local Government, with a department selected as Water and Sanitation Department. So with this, I request one of my team members to come up and continue from where I've stopped. Thank you so much. Evelyn, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Aber. My name is Anishan Evelyn, the District Water Officer in the District Local Government. District Office has been mandated by Minister of Water and Environment to supply water and sanitation to the rural community of Nebi. In this, we shall be fulfilling the goal 16 of sustainable development. So the Agenda 2030 recognizes the centrality of water resources to sustainable development and the vital role that improved drinking water, sanitation, and hygiene play in progress in other areas, which include health, education, and poverty reduction, among others. Next. In particular, a case study of Nebi District, the department has been mandated by the Ministry of Water and Environment, as we stated earlier, to supply water to the rural population of the district. By doing so, we have constructed 561 functional boreholes with the 416 non-functional ones, also 187 protected springs that are functional, and 126 are functional. Meanwhile, the other number is not functional. Shallow wells are 59, out of which 39 are functional and 20 are non-functional. We also do rainwater harvesting tanks, which supply also water in especially schools. So we have got 61 rainwater tanks, of which 41 are functional and 20 are non-functional. Then above all, we have got Nyarodo gravity flow scheme, which has over 3,000 yard tap connections, giving us the access, water access for the district, 75% compared to the national one, which is 74. And also the functionality of water points stands at 85%. Next. So in achieving the goal and objectives of Nebi District Local Government water sector, we have engaged the following technology. We do borehole drilling and construction, borehole rehabilitation, spring protection, then gravity flow scheme, and construction of sanitation facilities such as VIP latrine in public institutions such as markets. Next. Goals and objectives of the department. The goal of Water Department is to achieve rural water access up to 100% by 2040. Meanwhile, the objectives are to improve functionality of water points up to 100% by 2040. Secondly, to achieve good sanitation, hygiene, and good hygiene practices across the district by 2040. Thirdly, to promote environmental conservation, and lastly, to conduct water quality monitoring of both new and old sources. I welcome the next member to take us through the activities.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
And my group members. We came out with the activities to achieve the above goals and objectives. And one of the activities that we shall put in place would be construction of gravity flow scheme. We shall have extension of pipe water. We shall have construction of VIP latrines or waterborne toilets in public markets. We shall have borehole drilling and construction. We shall have borehole rehabilitations. And we shall have collection and analysis of data on water and sanitation facilities. Then we shall have spring construction. We shall have formation of waste user committee, where in those places of water points, we shall form the water committee in each of those places. Then we shall have the training of water user committee, which will include the chairperson, vice chairperson, treasurer, caretaker, mobilizer, and one committee members. This will be on the hygiene practices and sustainability of water point. Then lastly, we shall have the commissioning of the facilities to the communities for operation and maintenance after accomplishing all our tasks in those areas. May I welcome the next presenter on resources that we may use.
Thank you so much, team members and consultant. In our project also, we came out of, we came with resources that are supposed to be used to make sure our project ran very well. One, financial resource, stroke fund from the central government development grant. Then second, resources, we have human resource, stroke staff, all service providers, contractors, like the district water officer, assistant engineering officer, assistant water district officer, mobilizer, and borehole maintenance technicians and water user committee. These are the team that will compute the human resource. Then the third one, we have transport means. Transport means we have vehicles and motorcycles that will facilitate the team members, the human resource, to reach that destination in order to fulfill these objectives. Then the next one, we have office equipment, such as laptops, printers, and stationaries. All these are supposed to facilitate us so that we achieve our goal. Then we have mechanica, then we have machines, like drilling, ridge, compressors, and water pump. These are part of the resources that we are going to use to achieve our objective. Thank you so much. Let me take you to the next presenter. Ismail, you're most welcome.
Thank you, Flora and colleagues, the group 16 members. As the last part of our question is the procurement plan. After all this, the activities are done. So one has to put all those activities in the framework, in the plan. When you look at the procurement plan, there are some key items, the content that should not miss in the plan. Like, for example, looking at the table, you should be able to come up with a description of the items to be procured. In the next column, once you also have the column on the types of procurement, you look at the quantity, how many items you are able to buy, and then are they in pieces, they're in numbers. So you should clarify it in the procurement plan, and the confirmed sources of the funding. Where are you getting these sources or the funding from? To be able to mention that also in the procurement plan, and also estimated cost per unit. And lastly, in the column, not the last, second to last, you should be able to mention the method of procurement that you are going to use. Is it selective? Is it micro procurement? Is it direct procurement? You should be able to clarify in the column of method of procurement. And lastly, when do you want these items, or the time bound? So the time bound in our project here, we're looking at the quarter in a year. Basically, we have 4 quarters, so it is clarified that on the procurement plan. You can see in our table we have a number of items that we are able to draw from item number 1 up to 16. So after that, this you should not forget that this procurement plan is usually prepared by the someone. Like for our case here, the procurement plan is prepared by the district water officer, and then after preparation, it has to be forwarded for review, and the person who reviews it is the chief administrative officer, and then lastly submitted and is received by the senior procurement officer. So we defined the keywords that the source of funding that we're able to get in our project, the grant from the conditional development grant, which is the conditional grant from the Ministry of Finance and the Economic Development, and then also non-wage, which is usually for the operation and software activities. Lastly, the reference where we obtained our work. Our work is obtained from the database that is the Management Information System, Ministry of Water and Environment 2021. Another one is also from the internet, from the project notes, from DPPM class, and lastly, from the report that was generated from the Water Department in Nebbi District Local Government. So this is what our group 16 came up with. So back to the chairperson, if there is any supplement from the member, this is the time. Here I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ismail. I think
Thank you.
To the end of our presentation.
Thank you, team. Thank you.
Thank you.